Hey, what's up, guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dollars, and today we're going to talk about what stocks I'm looking forward to buying in 2021. You ready? Let's get started. So, this channel is all about using the online income opportunities of print on demand, like merch by Amazon, Redbubble, Etsy, everything like that, to generate income for ourselves, produce this financial freedom for ourselves and our family in the future, buy stocks, real estate, or other kinds of investing, whatever y'all are interested in, whatever your passions are. Mine are personally stocks, which is why we're talking about this. But anyway, if financial freedom for yourself and your family is something that you're interested in, like and subscribe, and let's get started. So, 2021, it's almost here. And it's just one of these things that is so welcomed right now. It is just something in our souls I feel like we're just yearning for. And really, it is just going to be, hopefully, a great relief and a positive direction for ourselves and our country and our families, and hopefully our stock portfolios. So let's talk about what stocks I'm looking at buying for 2021. And to start the list off, my personal favorite, HYLN. HYLN is one of those stocks that has just, it's been a burning desire of mine. Right now, I'm behind on HYLN, probably $200 to $300. I'm $200 to $300 in the hole with HYLN right now, and I still love it. I still love the future of this company. I love where they are financially. I love where they are as far as what they're doing. Tom is a great CEO. He's got a bunch of visions for this company. I feel like there are so many ways that they can pivot in the future. I've talked about it in past videos where they haven't expressly talked about this themselves, but the opportunity that they have to create drivetrains for consumers and not just the business sector like semi-trucks is there. The blueprint is there, and I feel like it is something that HYLN would definitely be able to capitalize on and make a huge impact on the world of renewable energy. So, for all of these reasons, I am very bullish on HYLN. I love the proposition, I love the technology, I obviously am a fan of Texas, so I love the fact that they're centered in Austin, Texas. And yes, so HYLN is just one of those stocks that I'm very excited about, very bullish on. I'm going to be buying it in 2021. It's not a stock that I see going down or a company that I see going bankrupt, even with the pending, lockdowns and things like that, the whole situation we have with 2020 right now. I don't see it as affecting this company long term. I think that they're going to make it through, and I can't say I know. I feel like with certainty that they are going to do great things in the future. So, next one is Vuzix. This is a augmented reality glasses company, and they are going to, I believe, revolutionize the business-to-business space as far as being able to communicate across, countries and continents and across the world. They do a great job of, right now, working in grocery stores and manufacturing departments and things like that to allow customers and the people who work in the business to readily find what they're doing, because right now they're using augmented reality to project things onto the glasses that the people are wearing to give them information as far as maybe part numbers, information they need to know about what they're talking to customers about, or things like that, maybe be on a video call. But most recently they've been able to communicate with doctors in Africa. A doctor in America is wearing a pair of Vuzix glasses with a doctor in Africa wearing a pair of Vuzix glasses. And the doctor in Africa who does not have the skill or the training to do the knee replacement procedure that he was needed to do to help this person was able to be coached by the person in America who has done this. And it was a not a seamless transition, it was just a seamless process. The doctor in Africa was able to perform the procedure because the doctor in America was watching what was happening through the Vuzix glasses, and the doctor in Africa was able to see in his Vuzix glasses what the doctor in America was doing so that he could replicate it there. And it makes complete sense that this is going to be something in the future. And for that reason, or part of why it makes sense in the future, is something that we're going to talk about in just a minute with a different stock that I'm looking at buying. But Vuzix has a great opportunity for themselves to really develop this augmented reality space. Augmented reality has been around for a while, or at least the thought of it has, but the implication or the implementation of augmented reality hasn't been done very well until now. I feel like Vuzix is in that position where they're really putting it into play in places where it can really be used in like industrial settings, like the medical department. Military is a great way that they're a great avenue for them to get funding and also to have a customer basis. So Vuzix is another stock that I'm very bullish on. It is at this point, I think, around $4. It's been kind of bumping up and down. They missed, or I think hit right at their earnings as far as what the analysts projected them to make. And the financials of this company are they're good. They're not as good as I would like them to be, but the financials of the company are great, and I might just have to transition my Ametis into Vuzix if I see the right things happen. But again, I'll make a video on that in the future, just solely on Vuzix stock. But right now, that's my bullish thesis on Vuzix. Next up is Dropbox. Dropbox is one of those companies that's just been beaten down for whatever reason. I don't know why Dropbox has suffered the way that it has, especially through 2020, because Dropbox is a business that seems like it would thrive in this type of situation, but for whatever reason, Wall Street has not given it the credibility or credit that it's due. So continues to be beat down, and I will continue to buy this stock as long as it's below $20, because there is no reason it should be under 30 in my opinion, because I see Dropbox going to 30s, at least to the 70s in maybe 10 years. This is a company that I'm definitely looking to 5x my money on, and I am very excited about what Dropbox is going to do in the future and their capability of producing profitability in the future. And the main way that they can produce profitability in the future is just through the natural growth of technology, which is where, Dropbox right now, the customers don't have to pay if they don't exceed a certain memory limit. But as we see with the progression of technology, files are becoming bigger. People are going to exceed that limit and have to pay to use Dropbox in the future. So that is a clear path for Dropbox. And if you know anything about people who use online storage, things like Dropbox, they're not going to want to move their entire, presence that they built up online on this storage website to a different thing just to save $10 or $15 a month. They're likely going to become paying customers. They're going to keep their stuff there. They're going to move further down the Dropbox customer pipeline, and they will become dedicated customers for life. At least that is my bullish thesis on Dropbox. I don't know what else could change that. I mean, everything seems to be flowing in that direction, so we'll see what happens. This could very likely change in the future. Again, this is a stock I want to do a different video on in the future, but this is my bullish thesis on Dropbox. And the next one is Apple. Apple is a company that is looking to get into a lot of different areas, and for this reason, I am very bullish on Apple long term. First of all, let's tie it back to Vuzix. What is Apple working on in the future right now that most people know of? Augmented reality. They're looking at glasses as well, and I believe that once Apple comes out with their Apple Glass, and it is successful, and it is not something as awful as Google Glass, then it will give a lot of credence to Vuzix, because Vuzix right now is kind of pioneering that space. There's not a whole lot of proven, they have proven that it works, and they have proven that there's a demand for it within the business sector, but it's one of those things where it's still just kind of weird. Like, no one's really done this before. This is kind of strange, but if Apple does it, if Apple comes out with augmented reality glasses, which they're planning on, it is the next phase of wearable tech that people are going to become very comfortable with. And so I think that will give Vuzix a huge bump in the future to be more accepted in the business-to-business sector across like the whole spectrum. Apple is not going to compete with Vuzix because Apple is more of a consumer product. This is not something where you're going to wear a pair of Apple glasses to do surgery, or you're going to wear a pair of Apple glasses in a military situation or a manufacturing and industrial situation to do things. Vuzix is a very different thing from Apple as far as the augmented reality glasses. So I just want to make that distinction, because I understand how it would make sense that if you have Apple doing augmented reality and Vuzix doing augmented reality, don't those two compete against each other? And no, because Vuzix, business to business, Apple, business to consumer. Anyway, hope that makes sense. And then Apple's desire to get into the healthcare arena. This is slightly intimidating just because that's going to be a lot of information given over to Apple. And you might notice in my portfolio that I don't invest in companies like Facebook and things like that, mostly because I don't trust Facebook as far as being a technology company. I think that they're going to triple or quadruple their stock in the future, but I do not want to contribute to Facebook as a company that gathers people's data, sells it, and things like that. Apple I'm more comfortable with because I don't feel that maliciousness from Apple as far as what they're doing with our information. I do understand that Apple is collecting information. To some extent, they're probably selling it and they're making a profit from the information that they're gathering from people. It is unreasonable to think that Apple doesn't gather information the same way that Facebook does, but I feel like Facebook has a little bit more of a negative bent towards their intentions, whereas Apple, they're the highway that is allowing Facebook to drive on. Apple is just one of those things that they make a product that other companies like Facebook take advantage of. You know, you wouldn't have a Facebook app on your phone if it weren't for Apple. Anyway, that's my reasoning on why I invest in Apple, but I don't invest in things like Facebook. But I do believe that Apple is getting into the healthcare space. They've said it themselves. They've got the wearable technology stuff coming out, and it's just going to be a great future for Apple. So Apple is one of those stocks that I will be buying in the future. And last but not least, Square stock. This is, in my opinion, the future of banking. And they're accepting cryptocurrencies now. They have just a huge platform, and they're led by one of the, greatest minds of, the technological space and getting people on board with stuff, which is Jack Dorsey. I do understand that this is a little bit of a hypocrisy as well, because, Jack Dorsey is on YouTube staff and things like that, and he is creating situations that are a little frustrating right now, and it kind of contradicts what I said about Facebook, because Jack Dorsey's involved in YouTube and Jack Dorsey's also involved in Square. But anyway, I feel that Square is one of those companies that is going to make it past this, and they are at least a little bit more trustworthy than a YouTube or something like that. Anyway, these are my stock picks right now. This is what I'm excited for in 2021. And these are the stocks that I will likely be buying. 3 of these are already in my portfolio. 2 of these are going to be new. Like I said, I might sell Ametis to get Vuzix, just because I feel like Vuzix might be a safer play. Ametis is a great thing to look at, and I'll link to a video somewhere up here about what my view on Ametis is. And if that changes, I will be sure to let you know. But anyway, this is where I'm at as far as stocks to buy for 2021. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe below. Talk to me in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think and your opinions on 2021 as well, and what you are buying. Anyway, remember, someone's going to do something amazing every day, guys. Why not you? See ya.